Welcome. Today we will discuss speed estimation schemes using extended Kalman filter and model reference adaptive scheme. So, some salient points we will discuss. First thing, in the previous class we discussed Leuenberger observer. So, Leuenberger observer is a deterministic observer. Deterministic means fixed. So, in this case the noise is ignored. We assume that there is no noise in the system. So, if noise is ignored, system model is fixed, deterministic fixed model, and using that model Leuenberger observer estimates the speed, and it is applicable to LTI systems. When the model is deterministic. That means model is fixed, well known, model is well known. Then now we are venturing to Kalman filter. Kalman filter is not deterministic observer, it is a stochastic observer. So, stochastic observer, it is basically use statistical methods, and so there are certain uncertainties. So, it uses recursive state estimation or joint state and parameter estimation. Of linear systems in the presence of noise. So, we do not ignore the noise, we assume noise is there. So, in linear systems in the presence of noise, this can give stochastic estimation. Because of presence of noise, systems dynamical behavior is stochastic. That is not deterministic or fixed. And another important point we must keep in mind, Kalman filter is for linear systems, and its extended version, that is extended Kalman filter, is for nonlinear systems. The extended Kalman filter algorithm uses the full machine model considering the speed as a state. So, considering the speed as a state, the augmented machine model state model is x dot equals to ax plus bu, and y output equation is y equal to cx, and here the augmented state vector x includes the speed. So, it has like I alpha s, I beta s, psi alpha r, psi beta r. Normally these four were there, and now speed is the fifth variable, and output y is the current components I alpha s and I beta s. They are all transpose. So, in this case system matrix A will be of dimension 5 by 5 and C will be 2 by 5, and if input we consider as V alpha s, V beta s voltage transpose, then in control matrix B is 5 by 2. Dimensions are like this. This is for extended Kalman filter considering the speed as a state. Now, we go for simplification. As the speed is slowly varying, we assume d omega r by dt is negligible. We neglect it. So, in that case speed is a parameter. Speed we consider as a parameter of the system, not a variable of the system, because d omega r by dt is 0. With speed as a this assumption speed dynamics is neglected. This is that means speed is a parameter. This is applicable if sampling time or say step time Ts is very small, or moment of inertia J is high. If the moment of inertia J is high, speed varies very slowly, and if the sampling time Ts is very small or the step length is very small, then also during that time speed remains constant, does not change appreciably. That means it requires a fast processor, very fast processor. So, with this, considering speed as a parameter, so Kalman filter can be applied. When speed is a parameter, d omega r by dt is 0. As you neglect it, Kalman filter can be applied. So, for that, for digital implementation, in a DSP based platform, for digital implementation of Kalman filter, the machine model is discretized. That means expressed in digital form, same state equation is now becomes x k plus 1 equals to a d in digital discrete form into x k plus b d input matrix in digital form into input in u k, and output equation is y k equals to c d times x k. This is the discretized model of state space equation. So, if we consider V k and W k are zero mean, white Gaussian noise vectors of state x k and output y k respectively, then we write the same model as x k plus 1, state equation is a d x k plus b d u k plus v k in presence of noise v k, and output equation y k is c d x k and noise w k. So, what do we mean by white noise? White noise has the signals of all the frequencies in it. Signals of all the frequencies are in it. And Gaussian noise means the distribution is Gaussian. The distribution, the frequency distribution is Gaussian. frequency versus amplitude, Gaussian noise, and 0 mean its average value is 0. So, Wk is the this noise in output Yk and Vk is the noise in state Xk. So, the state equation which without noise is given initially, now in presence of we have and considered the added noise Vk in it, and similarly output equation the Wk noise is present. So, the state equations which were initially not considering the noise, now considering the noise, state equations are modified. So, with that the statistics of a noise and measurements are given by so first is Q. Q is the system state noise covariance matrix. It is a basically statistical term, covariance matrix. So, Q is the system state noise covariance matrix. It has the dimension n cross n, where n is the order of the system. If n is 4th order system, it is 4 by 4. If it is a 5th order system, it is 5 by 5. And this Q corresponds to the noise Vk. It is the statistics of the noise Vk, system state noise Vk. R is the measurement noise, covariance matrix. So, it has the dimension P cross P, where P is the number of outputs. So, if in this case we consider 2 by 2 outputs, it is 2 by 2. So, it is the statistics of output noise Wk. And P is the system state covariance matrix. So, it has the dimension n cross n, where n is the order of the system. It is the statistics of the system state Xk. So, Q is the statistics of the state noise Vk, P is the statistics of the system state Xk, and R is the measurement noise statistics, that is Wk. So, now the steps in implementation of Kalman filter algorithm are like this. First step, let us take 0th steps. So, first initialize. Initialize, that means give initial value of the state x0, initial value of the statistics of the state, that is p0. x0 is the initial value of the state x hat, and p hat is initial value of the statistics of x hat, and q0 is the statistics of system state noise V k, and R 0 is the statistics covariance of the system measurement output noise W k. So, initialize these things. Then first step predict how? Predict the state x star k. Predict the state x star k plus 1. Here k is first 0, k is 0. So, x star is k plus 1 is x star 1. So, how it is determined? A d x a hat k. K is initially 0. So, x hat 0 is known, and from that we determine the x star 1. U k is the u 0 at k equal to 0, and u k u 0 input is known at, and initial value of the state x hat 0 is known. So, x star k plus 1 is x star 1 is predicted based on the state equation. Okay. So, subsequently this will repeat, algorithm will repeat. So, for any when you know the input, when you for particular value of k, input u k is known, x hat k is known, and from that x star k plus 1 is predicted. Second step, estimate state covariance matrix. State covariance matrix, that is P k plus 1. So, that is P star will estimate. So, how? Covariance matrix P star at k plus 1. So, initially k is 0. So, it is P star 1, subsequently P star will be updated. So, it is given by matrix F of k plus 1 into P hat k into F transpose k plus 1 plus q k. So, what is F k plus 1? F k plus 1 is dou by dou x of a d x k plus b d u k at x equals to x star k plus 1. This is how F k plus 1 is determined, and F transpose is its transpose, and Q k is initially Q 0 and subsequently it is updated, and P hat is P hat 0, which is initialized value. So, for k equal to 0, P star 1 is determined, and subsequently for any step kth step k plus 1 P star is determined. Then third step is compute Kalman filter gain. Compute Kalman gain, that is capital K. So, how? Kalman gain k at k plus 1th step. First step it is k equal to 0, first step it is determined, and for k step same thing, it is P star k plus 1, which is already determined in the previous step, into h, that is the measurement vector H T transpose at k plus 1 whole into H k plus 1 into P star k plus 1 into H transpose k plus 1 plus the measurement R k measurement covariance whole inverse where this H k plus 1 is dou by dou x of C D x k at x equals to x star k plus 1. This is how H k plus 1 is determined, and R 0 is known, subsequently R is updated. So, when k is 0, R 0 is known, Kalman gain k 1 is determined, and for kth step R k is updated and P star k plus 1 is determined in the previous step. H k plus 1 is determined like this, and H t is the transpose of that transpose, and Kalman gain at the k plus 1 iteration is determined. Then fourth step, estimate the state vector, which is important. Estimate the state vector that is estimated value is x hat at k plus 1 is x star k plus 1, which is already determined at the first step, plus Kalman gain at k plus 1, which is determined in the previous step, whole into output y k plus 1, that is based on measurement, minus y hat k plus 1, that is the output based on estimated state. So, we have y hat k plus 1 is C into x hat k plus 1. Because y is C x, so at k plus 1 x hat is determined and output is determined. Y hat, this y hat is the estimated output based on system estimated state vector, and y k plus 1 is the measured output. So, then next step is update the covariance matrices that is P, Q and R. So, for updating the system state covariance matrix, the equation is P star k plus 1, P hat k plus 1 is P star k plus 1, which is already determined at the second step, minus Kalman gain at k plus 1, which is already determined at the third step, into h k plus 1, which is also determined in the third step, and P star k plus 1, which is already determined in the second step. So, this is how the system state covariance matrix is updated for the k plus 1th step. Similarly, there are equations for updating Q and R. So, that you can refer to an article, and this is the algorithm of the Kalman filter. After fifth step, it again go back to step 1, first step, and repeat the cycle until as desired. And what is the feature of this Kalman filter based estimation? Due to high complexity of calculations, computation time is long, so parameter variation problem, if it is there, makes the accuracy poor. At low speeds. These are the two important features of Kalman filter. Now, this Kalman algorithm, it repeats from 1 to 5, from 5 again 1, back to 1 and repeats, and this is for state estimation. In this way, we are estimating the state x hat, and x is IDS, IQS, IDR and PsyQR. So, we are estimating these states based on the Kalman filter. Once we are estimating the state, we can compute the electromagnetic torque. So, T E k plus 1 using the formula 3 by 2 p pole pairs into psi alpha r into I beta s minus psi beta r into I alpha s for kth step. So, using this torque is determined. Once torque is determined, as you have considered speed is a slowly varying parameter, this electromagnetic torque T E is load torque plus J d omega r by dt, or J into 2 by P. So, with that we get the speed also. Using the last equation, as we computed the torque from the states, we update the speed, but we consider speed is a slowly varying parameter. So, speed dynamics is taken outside of the estimation. Only from the state estimation we get speed. Otherwise, if the speed is to be considered as a variable, then fifth order dynamic model will be used with 5 states, considering the augmented state which is including the speed, and extended Kalman filter will be applied to estimate the speed. Next step we will discuss speed estimation. Using model reference adaptive system. That is MRAS. So, in model reference adaptive system, speed is estimated by the model reference adaptive scheme MRAS, where the output of a reference model is compared with the output of an adjustable or adaptive model until the errors between two models vanish to zero. So, we have already discussed voltage model and current model. Voltage model for flux estimation, is defined as a reference model current model for flux estimation is defined as an adaptive model. So, current model can estimate the flux components from input stator currents only if the speed omega r is properly identified, properly determined. So, let us understand the scheme. Scheme of MRS. We have the three-phase supply lines here. From this we get the current measurements and the voltage measurements. So, we have here V alpha S and V beta S and also I alpha S, I beta S. The two rectangular components of stator voltage and current are determined. So, these are the inputs to a block which estimates the rectangular components of the rotor flux psi alpha r and psi beta r using the equation, their derivatives equals to Lr by Lm into V, the vector V alpha s, V beta s minus R s plus sigma L s p 0 0 R s plus sigma L s p times I alpha s I beta s. So, Lr by Lm is multiplied here and this is the block. And output of the block is psi alpha r and psi beta r. They are estimated. Then we have the equation. Another one is the, so this is the reference model. This is the reference model. Then we have the adaptive model, which estimates the same flux components psi alpha r dot and psi beta r dot equals to, using the current model, it is minus 1 by T r minus omega r plus omega r and minus 1 by T r whole into psi alpha r and psi beta r plus Lm by T r into I alpha s I beta s. This is the equation that current model implements. This is the current model. So, inputs to the current model are the current components I alpha s and I beta s are the inputs to the current model, and this current model is the adaptive model, where the voltage model is the reference model. So, this current model adapts to the speed. Omega r is adaptive variable. So, outputs of the adaptive model are also the flux components, which are psi alpha r hat and psi beta r hat. Now, next step is we multiply psi beta r and psi alpha r hat, and output is taken, and also there is a comparator which compares these two. So, output is a variable zeta, which is goes through a controller, say Kp plus Ki by S, a P proportional integral controller, and this tunes to the estimated speed omega r. So, this tunes the adapts the speed omega r hat. So, first of all, the reference model is the voltage model. Voltage model from the voltage components and current components V alpha s, V beta s, I alpha s, I beta s estimates the flux psi alpha r and psi beta r. This is very well done model, and this is accurate estimation and taken as a reference model. The current model can estimate only if the speed omega r is properly known. In the current model, inputs are the current components I alpha s and I beta s, and if the speed is properly known, then it can estimate the flux, and this is taken as adaptive model, and it is estimating psi alpha r hat and psi beta r hat. Now, we generate the variable zeta, which is psi beta r into psi alpha r hat minus psi alpha r into psi beta r hat. So, under ideal condition, when psi alpha r hat estimated value, ideal condition, there is no error in estimation, psi alpha r hat equal to psi r alpha r and psi beta r hat equal to psi beta r. So, under that condition, zeta will be 0. If there is estimation error in the flux components, zeta will be non-zero. So, the PI controller input is zeta, the error vector error, and this will adjust the speed omega r hat, it will adjust the speed omega r hat, so that error goes to 0, and the integral part in the controller ki by s, ki integral controller, this ensures the error to be 0, and so that the at steady state the estimated value is same as the actual value, psi alpha r hat equal to psi alpha r, psi beta r hat equal to psi beta r. So, this is the adaptive scheme in which speed is determined, so that the reference adaptive model output is same as the reference model output. So, this is the scheme of model reference adaptive system. So, let us discuss some features. With correct value of estimated speed, only if speed is estimated properly, that means omega r hat equal to actual speed of the motor omega r, then flux components calculated by the adaptive model, that is psi alpha r hat equals to psi alpha r and psi beta r hat equals to psi beta r. This happens when the adaptive model adapts to the speed, machine speed, and it estimates the speed properly. So, with that condition, as we have explained, this implies zeta is 0. So, machine system is at steady state. And if this is not satisfied, then the PI controller will act continuously to make zeta 0, error 0. Adaptive algorithm with PI controller is used to tune the speed omega r hat, so that this ensures zeta is 0. At steady state, when zeta equal to 0, then omega r hat equals to omega r, and actual speed the motor is estimated. So, rotor flux estimation based on this reference model, voltage model, is difficult to implement at low speeds because of integrator problem and DC offset. As we have already analyzed, the voltage model has problems in estimation at low speeds because of integration problem and DC offset. So, this has some problem at low speeds, and model reference adaptive system based speed estimation remains valid if instead of integration the corresponding counter EMF signals are compared after passing through low pass filter. So, in that case, because the voltage model based rotor flux estimation has problem at low speeds, this problem can be overcome in MRAs by integrating the back EMFs at the terminals to generate the flux instead of applying V minus Ri, integrating V minus IR. So, that is what done for model reference adaptive system. Thank you for attention.